Hello, everyone. Just wanted to put out a quick report here as to what's going on here on the RV Advocacy Network. First of all, I want to wish everybody a happy new year and um, hope this turns out to be better for many of you that are dealing with all these situations. Let me rephrase this. Um, so anyway, right now, what appears to be happening is I can tell you for a fact we have some RV manufacturers like Grand Design and Forest River who are literally cutting off communications with owners. Um, they are owners are requesting warranty and manufacturer defect repairs, and it appears that Grand Design must be a little overwhelmed over their less than half of 1%, as they like to say. So, with that said, um, they just don't want to respond back to people, or they want to when they are responding back under normal situations, they're making up excuses, some sort of lies as to why they can't do anything for them, deflecting blame as the usual stuff. And again, this is not just Grand Design, but this is Forest River. Apparently, Forest River has a track history of doing this. And so, with that said, um, people need to start doing their research better. Stop researching the floor plans. That's fine and dandy, but you need to start researching the companies. You need to start researching the frame and the structure of these RVs. It makes no sense to me, and we were guilty of it. Don't get me wrong. When we bought our Grand Design Momentum 395, as you can see here, um, we didn't realize that Grand Design was such a bad company. They really are, and this goes back to like 20 before Winnebago bought them, and so. And I say this to a lot of people who ask me about what's the right RV to buy, and I tell them I can't tell you what you and your family need. What I can tell you that I recommend you do is stay away from Thor, Forest River, Winnebago. I don't have a whole lot of track history with the Rev Group out of Indiana, so I'm not real clear on them. Um, but with that said, and anything made in Indiana, as far as I'm concerned. Um, and we're just seeing it. This is not just me just spouting off on here to get clicks and likes. I don't care about any of that. This is about letting everybody know, spreading the word. Honestly, the RV industry should be boycotted, at least in Indiana. It's very clear that they're continuing to cover up, like Grand Design and Forest River. Uh, Forest River. We know they got the highest rate of recalls in the industry. The highest. How is this acceptable to people to want to buy a Forest River? Um, I struggle with this. So I guess what I'm telling people is do your research. Feel free, go to my website, www.rvadvocacy.com. I've put a lot of time and research into that website, as well as the two Facebook sites that I manage right now, which is the Grand Design RV Major Issues site and Forest River RV Major Issues site. Trying to get more Forest River people to come join the site so we can group together as one, like we did with the Grand Design site, and get people to unite together. Okay, this isn't a time for people to be cheerleaders. Let's just call it for what it is. Um, anyway, with that said, right now, like I said, the beginning of the year here, we're noticing this with. I noticed it with Forest River prior to 2026. But Grand Design seems to be, let's just say, I think they're cutting off some shops right now, some independent RV repair shops. It appears that they haven't paid their invoices. It appears that they are trying to either do minimal work or not at all. In other words, if there's a frame that needs to be repaired, let's say it costs $20,000, $30,000 in total repair costs. Grand Design, for example, is trying to get out of it. They want to just do small little things and say it's all repaired, and it's not. Lag screws that are going through the upper deck frame and into the wall are not securing those walls properly, because come to find out, the lag screws that they replace them with, the 1/2-inch lag screws, are too short. So they're not going into the soft pine wood that they're supposed to go into. They're too short. So with that said, they're trying to portray themselves as they can fix this whole thing, and they can't. And we know this because we have people going back for multiple repairs. So I really, really, really wish people would look into this a little bit more. We've got a frame failure symptoms list on my Grand Design site and on the Forest River site. And it gives you an idea of what to start looking out for. Don't go by what Grand Design tells you. They're not even doing their own technical service bulletins properly. They won't take off the phylon underneath where the pin box is. So, I don't know, folks. It's time to start waking up and realizing that these companies are not looking out for you at all. At all. They're looking out for themselves. As everybody knows right now, there is a National Highway Traffic Safety Administration investigation. We call them NHTSA. NHTSA is investigating Grand Design. I don't see them getting out of a recall. I'm sorry, I don't see it. It's too widespread, and it's way bigger than less than 0.5%. So, with that said, folks, I'm going to just really try to reiterate to you that this really is a big problem. It's evolved into something much more massive than even I anticipated. So I kind of hope people will be a little bit smarter about it. If you need help, I'm here to help. Okay? I'm here to help. Do I have all the answers? No. I can't tell you right now why Grand Design, for example, or even Forest River, I guess, not responding to people to get repairs made. The only thing I can think of, maybe that they're overwhelmed. Maybe that less than 0.5% is much bigger, and we know it is. So with that said, maybe that's the reason why. Maybe they're just trying to hope that people will give up. Don't give up. Because I'm sure as hell not going to give up. So as long as you're fighting for this, then I'm going to help you fight for this as well. Anyway, folks, I just want to send a quick message. Just do a little short here and let you all know what's going on right now. It's going to be a problem for some people, especially if you're full-time in your RVs. So we're just going to have to come up with some ideas to try to accommodate your situation as best as possible. I'm going to say this much, though. I do think that many people will need to look into legal counsel to get some advice on what to do. This is getting pretty serious. And I just think that if they continue the way that they're going right now, you're just going to want some legal help. And I always tell people, if you have to get your own attorneys, go big. And I do mean go big. Okay? You shouldn't be put through this. And so the time that you have to put into this, the attorney's got to put into this, they need to be paid. You want to be fully compensated for your losses, you and your family's losses. Remember too, this is a safety issue in a lot of these situations here. And so you do need to be compensated correctly. I should say, I don't know, I'll leave it at that. But with that said, again, people, let's just see if we can get something done for you as quickly as possible. And find out what's going on. And we are going to be getting ready to interview somebody here, a couple on a Forest River, and I'm going to have that all better prepared and scripted out and all that good stuff. So I'm just throwing this together out there as a quick message to everybody. And so we'll see you all on the other side here. Bye.